Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a retirement card that I've made for one of my co-workers that is retiring. Now, with this card, I did use my silhouette to cut out all of my layers and to cut out my embellishment, and I also used the print and cut. You can make this card using your paper trimmer, and if you have some rubber stamps that are the theme of the way the card looks, you can use those and not have the silhouette. And this actually doesn't have to be a retirement card. You could make it something different if you wanted to. So now, I bet you're wondering, what does this card look like that she's talking about? Well, this is the card that we will be making today. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay, everybody, so I'm going to bring up the supplies and we're going to get started making this retirement card. So I found I've had to make quite a few retirement cards this year. A lot of people from work are retiring. So hopefully one day I will be able to do that. Then I can spend more time doing what I love to do, which is crafting. So my card measures 10 inches by, here we go, 10 inches by 7 inches, and I've taken and scored it in half to make it a 5 inch by 7 inch card, or 7 inch by 5 inch card. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and put my inside sentiment on inside here. And this cardstock is some of the Recollections cardstock, and it's also textured. So I use my print and cut to do my sentiment. And I'm just going to go ahead and get some tape on here, and I'm using craft cardstock for my for my paper that I've done the print and cut. So I'm not going to walk you through that because I've done that so many times before. You should know how to do it by now. And I need to do one other little thing here before we add this to the card. I just want to cover up our last name here. So this piece measures, let's see here, I wrote it down. And I actually cut all of my pieces using my silhouette. You don't have to. You can go ahead and just cut them out using your paper trimmer. So my inside sentiment measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So let's go ahead, and now we'll start adding our other layers. So my next layer is this layer here, and this is just one sheet of cardstock that I picked up at Joann Fabrics. It is called the Coffee Stamps on Craft, and it's by Canvas Corp. And this piece measures 4.5 by 6.5. So we'll go ahead and get some tape on that. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to start layering all of my layers and then just add everything at once. Or maybe not. Let's see how I want to do this. Well, we'll just go ahead and start adding this layer here at least. So let's get some tape on here. I'll move this to the side for just a minute. And this is also actually craft cardstock as well. And as I said, it's just one sheet. It's not from a paper pack that I picked up at Joann. So I'm going to open that out, and I'm just going to lay this down here. And I kind of did this theme because the person I'm making this card from, every time I saw him, he actually had a McDonald's cup of coffee in his hand. So I kind of wanted to do something, a theme that reminds me of him. So now, the next layer I'm going to add on is this layer. And I'm going to lay this right here, and I'm going to put this layer on top. And then we'll add this next layer. Or actually, maybe this should go like this. I really didn't need that. Now that I look at that. And then this one will go on top of here. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Let's move this over a little bit here. And actually I do want that little piece right there. So I did see this card or something similar to this on a, I believe it wasn't a website. It was actually, what I did was I typed in retirement card ideas, and I went to in Google and I went to images, and this card actually popped up. And I liked the way it looked. It reminded me of the person I'm making the card for, so I just decided to go ahead and make it like this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put it like that. Now you don't have to add this layer if you don't want to, but I am going to go ahead and add it. Okay everybody, so I just wanted to measure something really quick. So this piece of cardstock measures 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And this cardstock is from a DCWV paper pack called the Natural Matte Stack. And so you got some papers that look like this. I picked this up because I liked that it had a male type theme. And I have used that before. So I'm going to put that, I believe, right there. So let's get some tape on the back of here. And then we'll add this piece to the card. So all in all, this is going to be a really simple card. And like I said, you don't have to use the silhouette to do this. You can use your paper trimmer to cut out at least your matte pieces. But you will need the silhouette to cut out the coffee cup that I'm putting on the front of here. So then I'll line this piece up here, and then this will go along here like so. And actually I probably, when I was laying this out on my mat and my silhouette, I was just randomly picking sizes. The image that I saw didn't have what size everything was cut, so I kind of was just doing this on the fly. And now that I look at this, I probably would have wanted to make these 2 pieces a little bit smaller, but we're going to go with what we have. So I'm going to mark this so I know where I have this piece, or I just may not put that on there at all. I think I'm just going to go and just do it like that. I'm not going to add this piece. So let's get some tape and tape these 2 pieces together. So I got the coffee beans is a silhouette file, and I will put the item number up here in the video as well as down in the description box down below. And I actually made this. It is a cut file, but I went ahead and made it a print and cut. And I have done that before on a video, and if I remember, I'll put the link to the video where I show you how to take a silhouette cut file and just make it a print and cut down in the description bar. And I do a lot of that because I like doing the print and cut, because you can take any image and any cut file and turn it into a print and cut. And then you can make it whatever color you want. You don't have to worry about, you know, having the color cardstock and so forth. So we'll just get some tape. So as far as measurements, this piece right here measures 3.5 by 5.5, and this piece measures 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we'll get some tape on here, and I am using craft cardstock for this top piece here, and I was able to run it through my printer with no problems. I do have an HP printer. I don't remember the model number. And the other thing that I did was I actually made these black inside here, And when it printed out in this color, which is actually the color that I really wanted. So that worked out perfect. So we'll just lay this layer on top of here. And I'm going to try to get this somewhat even. And then I'm going to press down on that. And now what I want to go ahead and do is let's put our coffee cup together. So this is also a silhouette file, and I did go ahead and resize this. So the size that I cut this is 1.90 in height and 1.565 in width if you're going to use this silhouette file. And like I said, I will put the item number up here in the video, and I'll put it down in the description bar. But I'll also tell you what the item number is. It is 16078. So that I'm going to have right there. And what I did was I actually cut out 2 of these because I wanted the coffee cup to be a different color. And then that is going to be my steam right there. And then the little saucer, so you're going to have to do some ungrouping. I've got to be this color. And because it almost is the same color as the, well actually it is because I cut it out of the craft cardstock, I'm going to darken this up with my Distress inks and make this a different color. So I just wanted to get an idea of what that was going to look like. And now that I know what it'll look like, we're going to just go ahead and add this to the card because I am going to pop the coffee cup up. So we'll go ahead and get some tape on this one, and we'll add it, and we'll pretty much be done with the card. Now I'm only going to add just a few little embellishments, maybe, because this card is for a male, so I have to be careful. I can't add any bling, but I might add just a little something there. I have to dress it up. I just can't leave it plain. So there is our card with our layers, which looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and now ink up my little saucer piece. As I said, I probably should have cut that in a different color. And I'm going to add my embellishments, and then I'll come back with the finished card and the envelope. Okay everybody, so I'm back with the finished card, and this is what I ended up doing. Once I put my coffee cup on, and then I went ahead and darkened up that little saucer piece there because I cut it out of the craft cardstock, and it blended in so you couldn't even see it. So I ended up using my Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I used the Gathered Twigs to color that in, and I also inked the edges on the cup itself. And then I went ahead and just popped it up. And then along here on the side, I just added some of the candies because I just couldn't leave it without putting anything on there. I just cannot make a card and not add some kind of embellishment on the top of the card. And then for my envelope, I went ahead and made my box envelope that I will be making now with my dimensional cards, and I use my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board, and I do have a tutorial out there on how to use this punch board if you have it. So now I cut my envelope. If you have the We Are Memory Keeper punch board and not the 123 punch board, because there's not that much dimension on this card, you could make the card and not make it an envelope box. And what I did was I cut my cardstock 9 7/8 inches square, and then your first punch is, and score mark is 4 1/8. And you can do that if you just have the the We Are Memory Keeper envelope punch board. And then I went ahead and stamped out the word congratulations on my envelope. And I actually stamped this after I had made the envelope. So if you're going to put something on the front of your envelope. Make sure you do that before you put your envelope together. Now the card stock that I use, and it's actually paper, is from this paper pack, and it's by My Mind's Eye. It's called the Antique Dots, and I use this quite a bit to make my envelopes. So that's it, everybody. This is the retirement card that I've made for one of my co-workers that is retiring this year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.